Good evening, everyone. Welcome to this channel named Geeks for Geeks School. In the previous lecture, we guys were working on this Flappy Bird game, and I'm done with defining this much of code for the game. Let me first show you what all things I am done with defining the code of. So I would be running this code first, and that's what I'm getting right now as an output. Okay. Now after that, what I did was I modified this code a bit, and I added some more things to this code and made it look like this. So that's what I am getting right now with this code I have on this window of Sublime Text. Right. So the pipes are coming, and I'm able to see the bird also on the display window. And when I'm hitting the spacebar key, what is happening to this bird? Its direction is changing. You know, the angle of the bird center axis is changing. That is the reason we are able to see it facing upwards, and then when it is coming down, it is facing downwards. So, that's what I have done till now. And let me just show you what all things I have added to my previous code so as to make it look like the way you just saw the game on the window. So I added this random module to this code, right? I have defined a function here so as to make the floor appear look. I've defined a function named draw floor over here, which is drawing for me the floor on the display window. But there is one issue, when I'm running this game, I'm not able to see the floor here. I'm able to see the pipes. I'm able to see this, bird also moving in the along the x-axis, right? But I am not able to see the floor, which is quite annoying, I must say. So let's do one thing. Let's first change the code I have used here for getting the floor on my display window, on my game window. So, here what I have done, I have defined the position of this floor as 900 here. So if I'll change it to 500, let's see what is going to happen. So I'm able to see the floor now. See, this is my floor. Okay, and at one point of time, what is happening? I'm able to see some gap in between this floor and this Windows border. I don't want that to happen. But first of all, I would like to see my floor getting reflected right in the bottom of my game window. So let me just increase it to 600, and let's see what is now going to happen to my game. Okay, so it has come down a bit. Let me close this window and let's change this value to 700. I think now we'll get the floor at the right position. Okay, so it is coming here. Now it is perfectly fine, I think. If you want me to shift it a bit down so we can change it to 800. Let's see what are we going to get. No, 800 is not fine. 800 is not looking good. Let's keep it 700 only. Okay. Now it's time for us to make some changes over here in this if control statement, which is actually moving our floor. Just because of this if control statement, what is happening, we are able to see the floor again and again. It is going in the right direction, and then it is coming back, and we are able to see the floor again. So let's change this value we have defined here. So if I'll change it to 300, now also we'll be able to see that gap, or that gap will not be seen. Let's check it out. So still we are able to see a small gap in between this floor and this border of the window. How can we eliminate it? I'll have to, I think, reduce it further. So I'm taking 100 for now. Okay, now I think it is perfectly fine. See how beautiful this game is looking now, right? So, that's how you can change the position of your floor, and that's how you can make it appear on the window the way you want. Fine. Now let me just tell you the things I have added to my previous code, this one, so as to get the output which I just showed you. So what I did was, I defined this function remove pipes. So it is helping me in removing the pipes from the window after couple of seconds. So I have made use of this if control statement here. If pipe dot center x is equal to minus 600, so that at this point of time, what should happen? The pipe should get removed. The user should not be able to see the pipe, and it should come back after some time. For rotating the bird, I have used this function. When the bird is going up, it is facing upwards. When it is coming down, it is facing downwards. Why it is happening? It is happening just because of this function I have used here, right? So it is returning us this new bird. Then animation, the animation which you're seeing happening with the bird on the game window, it is because of this function, right? So I have defined I've made use of a list here. The name of that list is bird frames. And what have I saved in this bird frames? Let me tell you that. So I have used three different variables over here. Earlier, in the previous lecture, I used only one variable, bird surface, and in that I loaded the image of the bird. Okay, now here what I have done, I have used three different images of that bird. Blue bird down flap, blue bird mid flap, and blue bird up flap. Fine. And let me just show all the images to you. So that's the one. This is bluebird down flap. This one is bluebird mid flap. And this one is bluebird up flap. So basically what is happening, all the images are getting saved, in this list named bird frames. And then they are being called with the help of this bird index. Right, so as you guys know that lists are indexed collection types of variables. So this one is on index 0, this is on index 1, and this is on index 2. So what I am doing here, I am calling these birds again and again by their index numbers, by referring to their index numbers, right? Then when the first bird will be called, initially bird underscore index is equal to 0. So the first bird, which is this blue bird down flap, will be visible to us initially, and the moment the bird will come on the game window, so a rectangle will get created at this point, right? And these two things will be returned by this bird animation function. The sound which you are able to hear in the background of this game, it is because of this function I have used here, right? And then there is this variable I have used. So I've kept it as true, and the value of score and high score is 0. So this I will be telling you in the next lecture. That is the last part of this Flappy Bird which I am going to shoot tomorrow. So in that lecture I will tell you how can you define the code for getting the score also reflecting on the game window. For now we will focus on this code which I have used for getting the bird, getting the bird animation on the game window. So then I have used this code, game over surface. So I have an image over here. You can see this. This is the game over image. right? This one is the message image. And okay, so how what is happening here, I have used this message.png, this image, I have loaded it in this game underscore over underscore surface, and then I used the same concept for getting it reflected on my game window. And that concept is to define a rectangle. I've defined a rectangle for this image, and using that rectangle, I am bringing this image on my game window. Now, initially, when I'm running this game, I'm not able to see this game over surface. You know why? Because the game will get over when this Flappy bird will collide with these pipes. Right now, it is colliding with these pipes, but because I have not defined the collision, what we call it, collision code yet, the code with the help of which we can put a check on the collision part. So that is the reason we are not able to see this window yet. Okay, we are not able to see this window when the Flappy bird is colliding with the pipes. So we will be defining the collision code now, the code with the help of which we can put a check on the collision part, the collision which is happening in between the bird and the pipes which we are able to see on the game window. So let's come down over here. But before that, let me just tell you that the code which you are able to see here, it's the sound code. I have used this pygame.mixer.sound for accessing these game sounds on my window. Fine. Okay. Let's now come down, and here I would like to define a function which can help us in checking the collision. So define check underscore collision. So that's the function. And let's pass the pipes as a parameter to this function. Now we'll use the same loop, pipe for pipe in pipes. Absolutely correct. So if this, for this, what should happen if the bird, so we'll check whether the bird rectangle collides. So there is a function named collide ract. Okay, with the help of which you can check whether this there is some collision happening on the game window or not. So if the bird rectangle collides with the pipe at any point of time, then what should happen? So we can make use of we can call this sound death sound. Okay, I would like to use this one. So that's the sound which we will hear in the background, and I would like now this function to return us something. So I would like this function to return to us this value false, right? And let's now check another thing. So if bird underscore rect uh, top, if its top part is smaller than equal to 100, let's say, or bird underscore rect dot bottom. Now we'll check the bottom also, bottom part also of this rectangle which is behind the image, behind the bird image. So if its bottom part is greater than equal to 900, then what should happen? Then also this function should return false to us, right? And then we can put return true. If the conditions are not true, then it should return true to us, right? It's a very simple function. I hope you all have understood the code which I have defined for this check collision function. Right, now it's time for us to call this function here inside the main loop. Now we'll have to first search for the place where we can put the code with the help of which we can call this function over here inside this main loop. So let's check it out. So there is this if control statement which is checking if the game is in active mode or not, whether the game is active or not. So here inside this we can put the collision code. So let's do that. So what I am doing, I am passing the function as a value to this game active, because this function is going to return false or true, right? These, one of the two boolean values this function will return, and what I want is whatever the function will return, I would like to assign that value to this game active variable. So how shall I do this? I can put this check collision, and now because it is a parameterized function, I need to pass something as a parameter to it. So we can pass this pipe list as a parameter to this function, and now we'll get the required output from this function, and that output, that value which this function will return, will be assigned to this game active. Let's now check whether this is going to give us the correct output or not. So what we have to check now, if the bird collides with that pipe, any of the pipes which will appear on the game window, what is going to happen to the game, what will happen to the game? That's what we have to check now. So I'm running it on Python. Okay, so we are able to see this Flappy bird get ready window. Okay, fine. So it is, I think, working perfectly fine, and it's looking extremely good. See? Okay. Let me try it out one more time. Why is it, why the pipes are not visible to us now? That's an issue. The pipes are not visible to us. Let me do one thing. Let me put a hash over here. I've changed it to a comment. Okay, now the pipes are visible to me. Earlier they were not, right? Okay, let me close this window. Now, if I want to make this check collision function, so I'll have to, make this, I'll have to remove that comment thing. And why is it, no, I think it is not working properly. I'll have to check the code again, no problem. We'll do that quickly. So here we have used this code, bird rectangle collide rect pipe. Okay, what is the error that we are getting? So pygame.rect object has no attribute collide rect. Okay, it is not able to identify this collide rect I have used here. Now, why is it so? Why is it not able to identify this collide rect function I have used here in this code? Now that's what we'll have to see. We'll have to check uh, this thing again. Okay, the spelling of this function is not correct. Here it should be RECT. It was RACT earlier. Maybe because of that it was not giving us the correct output. Okay, now it is good to go. See, the when that Flappy bird collided with that pipe, automatically this screen, this message window got reflected, and the bird is now no more visible to us. Now, if I want to restart the game, I just have to press the spacebar key, and I'll be able to restart it. See? Okay, so it is working perfectly fine. And you know what is happening? If the bird is at any, if the bird will leave the window at any point of time, or if it will collide with this floor over here, then also the game will get over. You know why it is happening? Because we have defined a proper code for this. Let me just show you that code. So, if the bird rectangle top position is smaller than equal to 100, or if its bottom is greater than equal to 900, then it will again return false to us. Now, if you don't want that to happen, you want to, if the bird leaves the window at any point of time and you want the game to be still on for you, right? You don't want the game to get over, so you can replace it with true. And now if you will run this game, so that's what you will get as an output. So even if the Flappy Bird leaves the window at any point of time, the game will not get over. See, the game will get over only if the Flappy Bird collides with any of the pipes which are there on the game window, which are getting reflected on the game window. Right? So that's how you can keep a check over all these things. On all these things, and let me now tell you what else I have done here for making this game look so appealing. I think rest everything is same. The only thing which I changed today was this code over here. The value earlier it was 576, and now it is -100, because I don't want to see that gap in between the floor and the game windows border. So that is the reason I reduced the value from 576 to 100. Then what else I changed? So I changed this value also. It was earlier 900. You know what I have done? I have created two different floors. So the first floor is getting created because of through this code, and the second floor is getting created through this code. And what I have done, I have put both the floors side by side, and now both of them are moving together. Okay, and as soon as this condition will become true, so what will happen? The floor's position will again become equal to 0, and we'll be able to see the floor moving continuously throughout the game. Till the game is on, we'll be able to see it moving. And that's the only reason why we are enjoying this game, I think. Right. Okay, so that's what I wanted to tell you in this lecture. Let me just check the comment section now. If I have anything to answer, I would definitely like to answer that query. And please don't forget to like and share this video so as to make it reach to the maximum students possible, so that they can also come and enjoy these free online coding classes, which I am providing on this amazingly beautiful channel, which is Geeks for Geeks School. And thank you very much to all the students who are sharing the videos regularly, in their groups, and making our channel popular among the kids and the coding people who love to code. With this action of yours, definitely we will be able to reach to all the coders who want to learn these amazing coding things. And that's the only reason why we guys are providing you with these amazing coding videos. So this is it from my side in this lecture. I am not able to see any comment in the comment section. Is there? Let me just check it again. No problem. Yeah, there is. Okay, code producer. I asked your name yesterday also. Please do let me know your name so that I can shout out your name. Thank you very much for being there with me in this tutorial, by the way. I hope you enjoyed this lecture a lot. Okay, so that's what we developed today. Let me just show it to you, all of you again. So we have this floor over here. We have the pipes also coming on the game window. And if the Flappy Bird is leaving the window at any point of time, we are able to see this message, right? So we can restart the game just by pressing the space bar key like this. So what we learned today, we learned to define the collision code. How can we put a check on the collision happening in between the two different rectangles, which are helping us in making two different images visible on the game window. So that's what we learned today. And also we learned to create images of pipes. So that's the whole code. And tomorrow is I'll be shooting the last part of this Flappy Bird game. So I would like all of you to be there with me in tomorrow's lecture so that you can also code that score part, which I will be coding tomorrow live in the lecture, in the YT online lecture I will take tomorrow. So this is it from my side today. Thank you very much to all the students who attended this lecture without skipping any part. And thank you very much to all the students who are practicing these things regularly. Right, because practice is the only thing with the help of which you can achieve heights, to be very honest with you. And if you really want to get a good understanding of all these things, you will have to practice these things on daily basis. At least you can take 15 to 20 minutes from your busy schedule daily. If you really want to learn coding, if you really want to develop big games, you'll have to do this, right? And make sure the basics are clear to you, because if the basics are not clear, you will not be able to design the advanced things, you will not be able to understand the advanced concepts. So if in case you are not able to understand these code and you don't want to check my previous lectures, you can check the lectures in which I have explained the basic things of game development. Right. So this is the 33rd lecture, I think, which you're seeing right now. Already I've shooted more than 30 lectures on Python game development. So just go and check them out and let me know in case you have any queries related to anything, whatever I have explained in the previous 33, 34 lectures. So this is it from my side. Have a great day ahead. God bless you and hope to see you.